Yo, what's up, guys? Just want to make this video for you, and I want to talk about envy. Envy being as cruel as the grave. Now, the book of Proverbs 27:4 talks about this. Anger's outrageous, wrath is cruel, but who can stand before envy? Now, before most of us woke up, we hung out with very toxic people. But when we had that spiritual awakening and we found the light of the gospel and we were able to comprehend the things of the spirit, we came to the realization that a lot of the people in our lives, a lot of the people that were close to us, mistreated us. They abused us. They were narcissistic. They were manipulative. They were controlling. They were just very weird people. And we didn't understand it at the time. We thought our lives were just a sad story, a sob story. We thought, man, we're just different. Why don't we fit in with these people? But the truth is, they envied us secretly because we carried the light. We carried the truth even before we found salvation, even before it's like God had his hand on us, but we just couldn't see it. We couldn't see it because we were just blind. We were thinking like the world. We were living in our flesh, living for the things of this world. And we were blind to these spiritual truths. And when we awakened, we realized that these people hated us. We thought that maybe they were just misunderstood people and we could fix them, but you can't fix these people because a lot of them are just dark. They're reprobated, they're hateful, they're just truly evil. And they played games with us. They played psychological games. They gossiped about us. They slandered us. They, tried to do crazy things like dark magic and things like that on us to try to siphon our blessings. They lied to us. They just they took us for granted, and we had a heart of gold, and we weren't perfect either. Before we got saved, we were lost in our own negative habits. We were lost in our own darkness. We, to our shame, we might have had our part in being terrible. We might have gossiped. We might have, acted out of character, gotten mad and done things like that. But we have never gone to the lengths that these people have gone to try to destroy our lives, because we always had that love in us. We always sort of wanted to see the people around us thrive and elevate, but we just didn't know how to get there because we didn't know how to love ourselves when we were in darkness. We didn't know how to show ourselves love and care. We didn't know how to, really get to where we wanted to go because we were blind. We didn't have that roadmap. But now that we're healing, now that we're on that healing path, these very same people are furious. They hate us. They hate us even more because they wanted to destroy us, but they couldn't. They couldn't destroy us. They're thinking to themselves, they're like, why is this guy still alive? How is this person still going? And when you walk with God, when you walk with angels, you don't really feel the need to seek validation from other people. You don't really feel the need to sort of, prove your point to people. But these people do, because they don't have that internal love. They get their validation, they get their fixes, they get that from the crowd. They always have to seek validation from other people because they don't have that love within them. But we don't have to do that. And it's crazy because sometimes, you might run into a person like this every now and then that you haven't seen in about a year or two, and they're just trying to give you a life update. They're like, oh, I'm doing this. I got this new job. I'm working on this new, and they're puffing themselves up, and you're just like, oh, cool. Right? And they're like mad because you don't really care. And it's not that you're not trying to care. You genuinely don't, because you don't care for the things of this world anymore. You're on this journey to greatness in God, and they're mad because you're not envious of them. And it's like, you don't have to envy these people for anything, because when you walk with God, you have everything you need. He will take care of you. Like, these people don't have that. These people, all they have is their own misery. And you don't want to be around these people. You want to be in the light, you want to have love, and you want to focus on your mission. And sometimes it's better to be alone than in bad company. You don't want to be around the company of these people because they have hate in them, and you stand for love. So avoid them and walk in love. Hope you guys like this video. I'm out.